guys, welcome back to another episode of Simply for Wellness. I'm your host, Bridget, and today we're going to be talking about self-isolating and not spending another year doing the same thing. I know it's been a long time since I've been on here, and I apologize for that. I feel like every episode I'm apologizing, but I just have to say that because, being a young content creator and working a 9-to-5 job while dealing with your personal life, it's just a lot. You guys know me. If you guys don't know me, I do have another YouTube channel. So I've been a lot more active on my other channel, but I've just been trying to figure out and balance, podcast and my YouTube page and also working my 9-to-5 job. But, I feel like I was going to say, I feel like I've been handling it well, but I feel like, I'm proud of myself that I have been, keeping up with my regular YouTube page, consistently. Well, at least I've tried to be consistent because I do my podcast in my house, in my room. I do live with other people. I live with my brothers and my mother. People don't understand, if you live with brothers or you have siblings, it's just a loud, chaotic house. So that's how it is in my house sometimes. Well, a lot of the times it's just very loud and chaotic. Today's one of those days where I finally can come on here and talk to you guys. But we're getting there. We're getting better. Let's just jump right into today's episode. Just a quick little update. I feel like I just basically gave you guys a quick update, but basically sum it up. I just want to talk about my reflection of 2023, my outlook for 2024, my goals for 2024, and where I've been. Like I mentioned before, I am moving, so we are in the process of moving and relocating, and it's just been kind of hectic, and I haven't even started packing yet. I just can't believe we're leaving after 5+ years, and my room is my sanctuary. It's as you can see, this is my room. You see how pretty and organized and vibey it is. So it's just to leave this place is oh my God. But I'm excited though. I'm excited for a new space and new energy. I'm a person that's just very positive about life, and I just try to see things from a different lens. So as of lately, I've been proud of myself for handling a lot of the things that been thrown at me in a positive way. Been trying to just take every day a step at a time, one day at a time, and it's been working out for me so far. But yeah, I just want to get into my reflection of 2023 because we are in 2024 and this is my first episode of 2024. I can't even believe that it's we're in March and this is my first episode. But 2023 was just when people say it started off as a bang, that's how my New Year's was. I mean, that's how my 2023 was. It started off like a bang. And not in a good bang, it was a really bad bang. When you get a beating, it's just bam, and you didn't even know it was coming. That was 2023 for me. I was just whoa, I did not see none of this coming. But all I can say in one word that I can describe my 2023, I'm very grateful. 2023 was just very grateful year for me because, there's a lot of things that had happened that I didn't think I would overcome or go through. And it has made me change and made me grow up as a person and as a woman, especially. 2023 was hard, man. It was hard, but I'm just very grateful for all the things that I went through because it changed and shaped my outlook on life. Although I was down and sad and just going through a lot of stuff and being depressed, especially I was extremely depressed at the start of 2023. But I'm so thankful to have family and friends that were, surrounding me and uplifting me and just kind of encouraging me to just keep going. I just did things that would better myself. Yeah, that was my reflection of 2023. It did start off rocky, but towards the end of it, I can describe it as a tunnel. You know how sometimes you go into a tunnel and it's really dark, even though you don't really know if there's going to be a light at the end of that tunnel, you still keep going because you just have hopes. You just know that there's going to be something at the end of it. I'm just driving through the tunnel, walking through the tunnel, and you just see this little light, and you just keep going and the light gets bigger. I just saw the light and it just ended up being positive. I got the lessons and, I went through all of that trouble. It made me grow and it made me see things completely differently than how I would see it before. What a year, man. But, same thing with 2024. I wouldn't say it started as a bang how it did 2023, but 2024, it started off good, but then there was rocky moments. We're still in the very beginning of, 2024. It is March. I feel I'm just ready. I'm just ready for something to happen. You know what I mean? I feel a sense of there's something good coming, and I just want to keep going and just keep doing the things that I'm doing to kind of get there already. And that's why I really made this episode, is because I had this quote on my phone where it says like, don't spend another year doing the same thing. That's so true. Like, I don't want to be like old and then someone's asking me, what's something that you wish you would have done when you were younger? Like, I'm young now and I want to do whatever I would have said if I was like 60 or 70 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to wait. 2024 for me, my goals is to really I want to be able to just do it and just do the things that I told myself that I was going to do in order to get to where I want to be. Because, we make these vision boards every year, and, we see people that are like already are living the lifestyles that you want. And it's just like, we could spend time admiring it and dreaming about it, but it's just like, why not actually do it now so we can get there, just actually do the things that you said you wanted to do so you can finally be at where you want to be in life. I feel like that was just a long introduction, but it's been a while since I've been on here, so there's a lot to say. Enough of this introduction, we're just going to get straight into it. The first topic that I actually want to touch on is decluttering your life. So when it comes to self-isolating and not spending another year doing the same thing, it all starts with decluttering. Kind of recenter yourself. When I talk about decluttering your life, I don't mean just decluttering just your space. I mean declutter when it comes to your friends, your family, situations, and habits that no longer resonate with the person you want or who you are to be. Cut off the friends that always want to party and don't really have any goals for themselves. Cut off the friends that don't benefit you in any way. Cut off the friends and family members that are just toxic for your mental health and your emotional well-being and that constantly bring you down and don't motivate you, don't call you, or don't add any value to your life. So that's what I mean when it comes to decluttering. Outside of, decluttering your friends, your families, and habits and situations that don't resonate with you, also declutter your space, because when you declutter your space, you declutter your mind. It's kind of like a sense of like a spring cleaning, a sense of a fresh beginning. Kind of just feel like you have your life together in a way. You know how like there's certain memes out there where it says like when you clean your entire room and you light a candle in your room and suddenly you feel like you kind of have a sense of direction in your life. That's kind of what you want to do when it comes to decluttering your space as well. And the feeling that you want to feel, that feeling is just going to spark the motivation to wanting to self-isolate and prep for your self-isolation. And when we're talking about self-isolating, like I don't mean completely disconnecting from the world, completely disconnecting from your friends and your family. I mean like only focus on the future you, only focus on the you that you envision yourself to be. If people are asking you to go out and that doesn't resonate with the person that you are or the person that you want to be, just don't go. No matter what you're doing, make sure it benefits you. The next topic that we're going to talk about is vision boards. And I know you guys are probably tired of me talking about vision boards, but listen, like vision boards are so important when it comes to this process or just any process in general. Like when you have a vision, it just makes you have a sense of direction, a sense of purpose. Haley Gamble was talking about this in her video, and she talked about making monthly vision boards. And when she said that, I was just like, oh my God, I never really thought about it like that. And I feel like that's just perfect, especially when it comes to just being disciplined and just keeping track of that vision and like keeping track of your progress. Why do we always make vision boards for every year? Like, why not make little mini vision boards for every month? Just kind of keeping track of like, what you're doing and making sure you're doing the things that like you said you wanted to do in this month. Because like, we can say we want to go to the gym, we want to eat healthy, and we want to do better for ourselves. But it's just like, we can say those things, but are you actively trying to do those things? Like, are you just saying those things because you just think like it's just gonna magically happen, or are you gonna actually do the work? When I'm talking about vision boards, I'm talking about making monthly vision boards, like how she mentioned. And I haven't tried it yet, but I do know like when she did show it, like it just kind of made a lot more sense to me. And when I do these episodes, I do it based off my personal experience. Whatever I go through, I try to help you guys as well along the journey, because we're all going through this journey together. We aren't alone. I feel like this is something that would really help me when it comes to keeping track of my goals, keeping track of my progress, and making sure I'm staying in the direction that I want to stay in. When we envision our like yearly vision board, break it down into months and just kind of implement what you want to focus on each month. So let's say like for March, right? You want to focus on getting your skin clear and, making sure you're eating healthy and you're going to the gym. So we want to focus more on the wellness aspect of your life. You want to make a vision board with like a clear skin, gym equipment, whatever the case may be. read. So it's like for that month, you're just solely focusing on wellness. You're just going to make a vision board for that and put it on your phone or anywhere where you can consistently see it. And then by the end of the year, you're kind of just reflecting on all the vision boards that you have, including the one that you made yearly. iPhone had added this feature where you can add multiple wallpapers. It helps you keep track of, what you did or what you didn't do and what you have to improve on. The next topic that I want to talk about is your ins and your outs for 2024. I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier when it comes to like decluttering your life. This is the time where you want to sit with yourself and kind of just make a chart of the things that you want in your life currently and the things that you don't want in your life anymore. For an example, my ins and outs for 2024 is more of creating, more of reading, more time prioritizing my spirituality. So that's an example for my ins. But for my out, I want less of like the partying if it doesn't benefit me, less of the drinking, procrastinations and excuses that I make for myself. Sometimes like I'll make a lot of excuses for myself. Just be more disciplined, hold myself accountable and stop making excuses. So those are my outs for 2024. So for you want to figure out what you want more of in your life and what you want less of your life. Making your ins and outs will help you again prioritize the goals that you want for yourself and staying clear of what you want. The next topic that I want to talk about is rewriting your plans and or revisiting your plans. So this is going to be the step where you're just kind of reflecting on like 2023 and the previous years before that, seeing what worked for you and seeing what didn't work for you. We always try to have a plan for ourselves, or we have those New Year's resolutions, and I'll say for me, the New Year's resolutions sometimes don't work for me. Every year I write like a whole bunch of stuff that like I want to implement for this year, and like that's just kind of stupid because it's just like, why do you have to wait like when it comes to the new year to have like all these things that you want to do for yourself? This should be something that you should be doing every single year, so in this step, like it's kind of not step, but in this topic, like it's more of like revisit what you want in your life, how are you going to get there, and the things that you want to do and be better at when it comes to your dreams and your goals. Once you're figuring that out, you want to see what hasn't been working for you, especially if like you've been doing consistently. You have to sit there and make a plan for yourself. A lot of the times when you make a plan, it's not always going to work. You have to constantly keep changing, keep tweaking things that could work here, can't work here, didn't work here, implement new ideas. So it's just like you can see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So that's why when you sit down and you kind of just reflect on like the previous years, your previous content, if you're like, speaking for me, when it comes to becoming a better content creator, like I want to see, where I'm going wrong or, what's not really working out for me, and just come up with a new strategy, come up with a new plan, come up with a new idea. Maybe you'll get more views from this, or maybe you're not. So it's just like you're kind of experimenting and you're self-isolating. You want to really just put your attention and all your focus onto yourself. The last point that I want to talk about is creating a healthy routine that works solely for you. A lot of the times, when we see our favorite content creators, our favorite influencers, or people that we look up to in general, we kind of look at what worked for them and like mimic what they're doing, and maybe that will work for us. And half the time that doesn't work for us, and it's not going to work in general, because it's like you're implementing something else that worked for someone else and you think it's going to work out for you because they did it. You know what I mean? Just because they did it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. It's just like that's just like saying someone who won the Mega Million in your town means that you're going to win it. It could happen, but it's just like it's not always going to work out for you. It's like you can keep buying the same ticket that they bought, and you're not going to get the winning ticket half the time. When I talk about this topic, it's like, make a routine that works for you. Yourself, and like these are the things that you are very familiar with. So if you want to wake up early in the morning, right? Like just because someone is routine waking up at 5 a.m. and like you want to try to wake up at 5 a.m. but that's not really you. It's like, don't try to force yourself into being someone or being a type of person that you're not really are. When you look at your own life and you kind of just reflect on the past and things that didn't work out for you, things that didn't work for you, where do we start off with? Okay, so when we're starting, we want to start with like, all right, what's your job? Where do you work? What time do you get off? What time do you get in? And if you want to implement the gym into your routine, right? Or into a part of your daily routine, can I go to the gym in the morning or can I go to the gym at night? Do I want to start going to the gym in the morning? All right. So that means I'm going to have to go before work, or like what time could I do it before work? All right. Maybe 6 a.m. So you want to ask yourself those type of questions so you can like build a custom routine that works for you. When we do that, it makes life a lot easier and it eases off the pressure when it comes to just becoming the best version of yourself. I know a lot of the times when we step into a new year and we see other people ahead of us, it kind of puts a lot of pressure on ourselves. Remember that we're human and that what works for another person may not work for you. But when you sit there and make a custom guidebook for yourself, a custom routine that could work for you, and you stick to it and become disciplined, you may see it happening for you. You may see the changes that you haven't seen in a long time. When it comes to self-isolating and not spending another year doing the same thing, I definitely recommend building a healthy routine that works for you and not focusing on other people's routine that works for them, because we're all living different lifestyles and what may work for one person may not work for you. So before I end today's episode and go into the recap, I definitely want to just touch on, procrastination and, holding yourself accountable this year. I want to remind you guys that it's very important that you're using your time wisely. When we're constantly dreaming, it's just you're kind of letting life pass you by, and it's just you're in la la land. It's just you want this for yourself, but it's just you're not actually putting in the work for it. So it's be crucial with your time, be intentional with your time. And if you're not being intentional with your time, you have no one else but to blame for yourself. I understand that we're young and we want to have fun, but it's just try to balance that out more. Even speaking for myself, because again, these episodes are based off my experiences. For me, I kind of lead in more to the fun than it is doing the things that I want to do. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to go out and be with your friends and your family, but also be intentional with your time. Remember that you don't get this time back. We don't know when our last day is going to be. So do the things that make you happy and, of course, have fun, go out, live life, be young, but always remember we don't get this time back. Don't procrastinate. Limit all distractions and hold yourself accountable. Okay, but that is it for today's episode. I'm just going to quickly recap on today's episode. So we talked about decluttering your life, creating a vision board, creating a monthly vision board, your ins and out for 2024, rewriting your plan and or revisiting your plans and coming up with things that didn't work for you in the past and replacing it with new strategies, so that as the years go on and the months go on, you'll know what's working for you and what's not working for you to better navigate your goals. And last but certainly not least is creating a healthy routine that is catered and only works for you. So remember, see your life, see what time you get into work, see what time you get out of work, see how you feel out of work, and see what time you can go to the gym, see what time you can't go to the gym, see what time you can edit, see what time you can record, create content. Think about your life personally, so it makes achieving your goals a lot easier and a lot more personable, and it's a lot more enjoyable when you understand yourself more and you understand things that can work for you. That is it for today's video. I hope this video wasn't too long. I really enjoyed talking about this topic, and of course these episodes are based off my personal experiences, so I can better help you and help you guys navigate life. And even with myself too, when I listen and when I record these episodes and I'm editing them, I'm just this is so beneficial, and I need to take more of my personal advice when I do talk to you guys, because it's some really good advice and really things that can help me on my journey. I love you guys and thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow the Simply for Wellness Instagram page, and make sure you follow my personal Instagram at bridget.p, and make sure you guys comment, and subscribe so you guys are notified every time that I post. I love you guys and stay tuned for my next episode. Bye.